Well, hello everyone and welcome to the Mexican Grand Prix here with E-Dog once again, same as always. The Tier 2 race, 2 races left to go after this one, and I mean I think the championship battle's coming close to an end. Yeah.
A nice, exciting race today, exciting quality session. It's just
Yeah, Alpha are not driving today. I'm trying to figure out why, but I haven't got the messages he messaged Ariane. But yeah. Anyway, couple of reserves in today. We've got Ted in the Renault, TJ. I'm just gonna call him TJ. I don't know how to say the rest of that. Fusion Gamer taking over before you exits full-time seat. Lauren in the Williams. Taishu making a return from the start of the season in the Red Bull. Hopefully that's improved. Why is Harley? Is that Harley in the 20 in the Mercedes? Why is Harley in? Am I getting something wrong here? Why is Harley in here? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm very confused. Oh, fair enough. Anyway, no Phil Mitchell today, so he won't be first out the pits. First out the pits today will be Mark. So before we start, what's your predictions for Top Row? I found, to be fair, yeah, that's a good call. I think I agree with that. Chris is out on the mediums for some reason. I'm trying to figure out why Harley's in. I'm so confused. Oh yeah, Mark will be first in the racing point. Let's have a look at the standings. Mark, 10 points on the board for racing point after 4 races. Been very unlucky in 3 of them, so let's see if he can get out of Q3, Q1 even, and get to Q2. Hasn't validated for those S's there. They're some tricky turns. I do like this track though. If you get the lap correct, and Mark has a little bit of a stutter there, if you get it all correct, it's really nice and satisfying. Traffic up ahead, see if he'll affect with his lap. The McLarens that took each other out last week, hopefully won't do the same this week. Swanee goes to start his laps, so next up will be Fusion Gamer in the Alpha to cross the line. Goes top with a 15.7, and then it will be Chris on the mediums for some reason. P1. And Bradley goes P4. He's giving his teammate a little bit of a boost, I think, down the main straight. And Taishu sits at 18.4. And then the Renault of Ted now starting his lap. And next up will be, I think, Matt Brooks in the Mercedes crosses the line and goes P1. Tenix invalidated. Insane Power hasn't invalidated, so he'll be next across the line to set a natural lap. Not bad. Lauren is starting his lap. Dangerous Donut is starting his lap. They're a bit close, those two. Pac Boosie will be next across the line. That's quite surprising. Boosie's normally pole at the start of every Q1 session. Boosie very quick indeed. Xbox 7 up next across the line. Goes 5th. His times are quite close, aren't they, at the top? It's going to be like that the whole session. Maybe last lap he was just given Insane Power a toe. Comes around the final turn. Tell you what, it's going to be interesting to get through here. Got 5 drivers haven't set a lap yet, and the times are quite close. Next across the line will be the Williams of Lauren, I believe, but he goes into the pits. I think everyone behind's off to... Well, I think Harley's now starting as well. It's nice from Blink. Is Ted on the lap? No, he's invalidated, and it'll be Xbox 7-Ups on an in-lap, I believe. Yeah, he's invalidated anyway. We're going to go to the gap. So the gap from P1 to P2 is 100th of a second, then you got a 2/10th gap down to 3rd, and then from well, 1st to 10th is all within a second, so it's pretty close there. And they're all banker laps as well, so not too bad. So, next up, a Mercedes of Harley. Looks like he's caught up with a bit of... That's not Harley, that's Matt Brooks behind one of the McLarens, but he's in an invalidated lap anyway. Dangerous Donut, is he on the lap? He's invalidated. Swanee is on an out lap. So yeah, it will be Harley, but he's invalidated. And Blink is on an in lap. What is the strategy on this track? I think yeah, strategies will be mixed around the field for sure this race. I don't think there really is a set strategy. I think they're all doable. It's just you either go for consistency in a 1-stop or you go for pace in a 2-stop. So yeah. Go on board with them. So it looks like one of the Williams in front is taking the outlet nice and slow. The tyres do cook around this track, so it's out the way. Swanee yet to set a lap. P2 last week after running the alternative strategy. Comes around the final turn. This is looking like a good lap and goes P3. 15.4. Not bad from the from that Haas driver as the Williams goes to start his lap, and behind him is Harley on a lap. He's come around the final turn. It's not looking very quick though. Chris goes to start his lap on the soft tyres. The two Alphas, but they're both starting their lap. And I think it's the same for both the McLarens as well. Oh. I think he would have lost it. He touched the, it looks like the rear tyre caught up on one of the curbs and he kind of lost the rear end of it as Mark coming on the last turn is invalidated. Emily Davies is starting his lap. As Chris has invalidated his lap, he brought out a yellow flag. I don't know if he's got wing damage or something. Can't quite see. I think it's just him slowing down to let the other cars pass. So there's Flaming Hobo, yeah, goes P1. 2/10 quicker than Matt Brooks. It is interesting, like how these people keep going out to do more laps. Like I don't think anyone's going to beat Matt Brooks' time, but he's coming out again on the same tyres. So he wants the P1. He wants the brag. Chris goes to start his lap, and one of the Alphas now comes across the line. That's Fusion Game. He's invalidated. Pac Boosie also invalidated. Make sure you're including your audio. Has Evan had a stinker?
Alright, I think we're good now. You might have been talking to yourself the entire
stinker. Lovely. As L Davies coming around the final turn now to cross the line. He goes P12. Just behind his teammate. Here's Tenek. Picking that up. Oh.
At least it was during Q1 and not during later sessions.
Yeah.
Hasbo is on a lap. Our championship leader.
Dangerous Donut might have just improved his lap up to P9.
Good lap for the Ferrari.
Two Ferraris in the top 10. Next up, one of the Williams. Is that Lauren?
He's invalidated.
It is, but it's invalidated. Yeah.
So Chris is next. He's up a second. Chris is up a second in about 2/10 currently on his time. Looking like a pretty good lap here from the Haas.
He was on the medium tyres before.
Ooh, it's a 1:15.8. That's nice, actually. That's a good lap.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for another lap. Never mind, touched a bit of the grass there. A bit sloppy. I think Matt Brooks now to start his lap. See if he can nab that P1. As Hasbo, the current championship leaders, come around the final sector. Hasn't set a lap yet.
Boosie actually went second fastest in the Alfa Romeo with a 1:15.3.
Hasbo coming around to cross the line now.
It's a 1:15.2. It's P2.
A very good lap as he's getting.
I was actually 7 up, trying to take a little bit of the toe from that Renault slowing down.
What's that Flaming Hobo spun? Into the wall goes Flaming Hobo in sector 3. Might have affected kind of dangerous. Yeah, no, he's into the pits, so wasn't on the lap.
Next across the line is well, to start a lap. It's going to be the Rebel of Daily PM Gaming. So we look to Matt Brooks. I think is next across the line. That's on an actual lap. Except he's invalidated. So his teammate Barley currently going to be getting out lap here soon.
So is Matt on a lap? No, he's invalidated. One of the Alfa Romeos coming through the field. Is that Boosie?
Yes.
He's on an in lap. X7 up is on a lap. He's a 10th up on his time as Chris has left the session.
He's having connection issues. Left a little earlier in this. So.
Xbox 7 up coming through the final sector. A 10th isn't going to get him anywhere. Needs to find some more time in this final sector. Come around the last turn now. On the ERS, saved something. Goes into the pits.
It's Mark's about to begin his flying lap. Currently sitting in P14, so he's in danger, I think, a little bit here in this qualifying session.
Well, Harley, we know, has pace. Lauren hasn't set a lap yet. And
Instant Power definitely
can get out there as
well.
He
can turn on the jets in this qualifying session and definitely get up there.
Well, Peter's actually on a lap as we say that. He's nearly a second up on his time. He is behind his teammate.
Ooh, almost a little bit too
turn.
wide there. As he rounds the last corner now. It's a 1:15.4 for the Red Bull. He goes 7th fastest.
It's a very solid lap.
That was just
Taishu starts.
Mark is invalidated.
McLaren's starting his lap. Is that starting their lap? I don't know. Bradley's behind one of the McLaren's. Getting a bit of a drag here. I don't know if.
While he crosses the line, it's P15 for the Mercedes. Oh, he's in the danger zone completely.
It looks like we've got a race here in quali. Bradley and Insane Power racing each other during this quali lap. Doesn't look like they left enough space. Yeah, Bradley's going to be affected a lot here.
Yeah, that's not very good for that AlphaTauri.
For being too close. He's getting a drag, but
yeah,
not going to work.
And Insane Power has invalidated his lap, so he needs to get out of the way of this AlphaTauri. He's get out of the way and has not yet.
He's not getting out of the way. And the AlphaTauri actually in the danger zone as well to possibly be knocked out. So yeah, Insane Power needs to move.
He's still opening his DRS, so he's still thinking he's on a good lap.
That, or he thinks that Bradley's on an out lap.
Bradley's not going to be too pleased about that, I don't think.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach for sure.
As now he heads into the pits. And with a minute and 50 seconds to go in the session, I think they'll have. They're not going to have enough time to set up the lap, will they?
Bradley's not going to be too happy with that. As yeah, Insane Power should definitely have gotten out the way there. As Harley is on a lap, but he's 12 seconds down, so he'll be starting another lap now, unless he dives into the pits.
The Williams of Laurent is he's way down on the time currently. He's about. Actually, it's looking alright for the Williams. Here he comes to the last sector.
Still a decent lap. He's coming around the final turn.
Run towards the line. It's a 1:18.2. It's bottom of the grid. And I think that's where he's going to stay. So the Williams knocked out in Q1.
As Mark actually went up to 9th, and Dangerous Donut goes P1
fastest.
with a 14.9.
It's a nice lap there from the Ferrari. As Taishu has invalidated his lap. And it looks like he's also going to be out of qualifying in the Red Bull.
Harley's invalidated his lap as well. So Harley needs to get around to the line and start another lap. Bradley's in the pits, so
he's banking on these guys not improving,
which is a risky one for sure. There's Lee Davies in P17 on a lap.
Same Power comes out with only 30 seconds left in the session. Maybe our quality timer is off again.
Lee Davies is 3 attempts down on his time, so he's not improving. Insane Power's on an out lap, but obviously the quality time could be wrong for us in the top left. We hope so. Is Laurent on a lap? Looks like he's on an out. He's going slow anyway.
And Harley's into the pits. He's not going to improve. That Mercedes is going to get knocked out here in Q1.
See if Davies is up on his time or not.
Nope, he's got 2 tenths down currently.
Just a half a tenth
Oh, as he
down.
locks up and goes wide.
He's not invalidated though, so
Checker flag is out. Qualifying is over now. So we look for the drivers in the elimination zone.
Can Davies get out of P17?
Towards the line. It's still P17 for the Racing Point, and he's out.
On another lap. He has time to do another lap. He's on another lap now. So with the drag from the Williams ahead.
Oh, they run into each other.
So Laurent just sat on the grid. He just sat in the way.
Yeah. So that's it for quali. Actually,
I think it might be Laurent's AI. I'm not too sure.
As TJR is currently about 5/100ths up on his time, he does not need to set this lap, but he is going to anyway.
Laurent,
So Bradley's strategy of waiting it out has actually done dividends for him, as he's going to make it in to Q2. That is it's the second time with this new qualifying format that we had someone almost get knocked out. That's usually at the top of the timesheets here in quali.
So Al Davies, who was on another lap, it looks like Laurent was just not driving his car, and yeah, well, 10x up on his time, the last car to cross the line.
So he's gonna make it into Q2. Here comes across the line at the 1:15.6. It's 10th fastest for the McLaren, and that's it for qualifying one. So knocked out here in Q1. We got the Williams of Lawrence, the Red Bull of Taishu, the McLaren of Insane Power, the Racing Point of Lee Davies, and the Mercedes of Harley, all out in Q1.
Well, yeah. Some interesting debates in the chat. Lawrence said he had no fuel, and he was just paused to let his AI drive. So that was, yeah.
Brilliant.
L Davies won't be too happy. P20. We can say Taishu out-qualified someone, which is decent.
Lee Davies, I think, also picked up a 5-place grid penalty for that collision.
Yeah, so Lee Davies will be
at the back.
At the back. Well then, Dangerous Donut in the 14s. A very good Q1 from Dangerous Donut. Flaming Hobo taking P2. Hasbo with the one-lap wonder goes third with a 15.2. Boosie in fourth. Matt Brooks in fifth. Very good lap from Brooks. Also from Blink. But yeah, Bradley just getting through after getting blocked by Liam. Just getting through to Q2. And Harley is actually out in P16. So unlucky for Harley. Lee Davies out, Insane Power, Taishu, and Lauren. Obviously, Insane Power didn't get to, sorry, L Davies didn't get to do another lap, and although he probably could have gotten past the Williams, I think he assumed that Lauren was going to get out the way, but he didn't. So unlucky for Davies. He'll be starting at the back of the grid, but now we move on to Q2.
All right. I'm expecting a lot of medium runners here for Q2. Trying to get on that alternate strategy. But this might play out the same way it did in the USA, where we have people running on the softs and knocking out people on mediums, as Bradley has left the session.
Yeah, he's just said that his game crest.
Nice.
Well then, we move into Q2.
As Bradley's rejoined. He's back in. He's back. So who's going to be first out of the pits? It looks to be McLaren. Yeah, Tanik's going to be first out of the pits. We should have a points championship just for the people that make it out of the pits first in quali. Tanik is on the softs. I think both Alfa Romeos came out there on, except, Pac Boosie out on the mediums, Fusion Gamer on softs, Link out on mediums. So, mixed tire choice here in Q2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because the mediums are definitely. I don't know if they're up there with the softs on this track. You can, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, who will be first to start their laps? Looking like the McLarens, it'll be Tanik on the soft tyres.
Man, he's really pushing here on this hard lap. He wants to get this lap underway and done.
And he wants to set a lap. He wants to start on the soft, so he's probably going soft, medium with strategy, or maybe the soft hard. It is possible, but yeah, we'll stay on with Tanik for his lap then. Into the DRS on the straight. The first turn, I do like these first turns. If you,
very nice.
You get it perfect.
You nailed them.
Very, very satisfying.
Gorgeous.
Just like yourself. Anyway, probably could have cut a bit more curb there. Get some good exit onto the DRS. Interesting. Yeah, I do want to know what the difference between the soft and the medium tyres are. Is this obviously set to purple sector 1? First car to start the lap.
Hits both apexes there at turn 6. Now on the brakes for the S's, starting with turn 7, then through turn 8 and 9, turn 10, and turn 11.
It's a weird one, you can take that flat out, but if you touch the back curb and your rear tyres go out sideways, you're gone, you're not saving the car there. As invalidated. Up to the final sector now, a bit of a tricky one this one. Can't cut too much curb, but you can on the exit here. Goes wide into the turn as you can, get a good exit onto the power as he comes around the final turn now, crosses the line, sets a 16, so not the quickest lap we've seen today, but a banker. Next up will be Blink on the mediums, it's a 16.999, that's satisfying. The next lap, collision with Pac Boosie.
That would have, as a Fusion Gamer goes to the top on the soft tires. So did Xbox 7 Up has run into the back of the Alfa Romeo. I wonder if that also gave Pac a grid penalty as well. I don't think it did. Mark crosses the line on the mediums.
17, and Ted sets a 15.6. So I'm guessing the track isn't
ready for those mediums.
Maybe in Q1 it was.
This Matt Brooks goes to 15.2.
Yeah, 15.2. Very solid lap from Brooks. Pretty much what he did last qualifying session, I think, in Q1.
Bradley across the line. It's a 16.0 for the AlphaTauri.
On the soft tyres.
Swanee's going to be next across the line.
I think everyone's going to have to go on the soft tyres.
Yeah, I think soft tyres going to have to be the way to go. As Swanee crosses the line, actually, that's a P4. As fast as the medium runners here so far. As Dangerous Donut crosses the line, it's P7.
16.2 on the mediums. Next up, one of the looks like Pac Boosie. No, I'm wrong. Fusion Gamer on an in lap. Next, a Red Bull then. Invalidated. So yeah, it will be Pac Boosie.
He actually got
sector 2 on the mediums.
That's a pretty fast lap there on mediums.
The final turn now. For the
Nice
line.
smooth run toward the line. It's a 1:16.3. It's only P8 for the Alfa Romeo.
So yeah, not a very. Those mediums not as quick as we thought, I guess, as Ted's into the pits. We have a yellow flag. It looks like one of Mercedes. Matt Brooks possibly spun. I'm not too sure. Maybe got out the way because someone was on an in lap. But Mark, is he on the lap? No, he's into the pits, so he's saving his mediums.
So next across the line.
Xbox 7 Up in the pits. Where's Bradley? Is he on the lap?
I don't think so. Yeah, he's coming into the pits now.
He's into the pits.
As our championship leader Hasbro is getting ready to fire up his mediums for a run.
So yeah, we can go on those mediums. I think the rest of the guys run in laps besides, Matt Brooks is into the pits, I believe, and Chris is in the pits.
Olympiad Gaming was next across the line, but he is validated his lap in the Red Bull.
Flamin' Hobo's on an out lap. Boosie's on an in lap. So yeah, it'll be Hasbo next across the line. So the championship leader, who doesn't have, the championship battle isn't on in this race, I guess. This is just get as many points as you can and try to secure the championship. I don't think you can win it today.
No. But he could try to pick up as many points as he can against Alphinator. As he actually puts up a purple sector 1 there on the mediums.
Yeah, he needs maximum points out of today, and then 1 point at Brazil, and he wins the Tier 2 Drivers' Championship. But I guess this is also the fight for constructors, because it's quite close, but yeah.
Between Red Bull and AlphaTauri there for constructors' honors. Hasbro didn't have a very nice middle sector. As he comes through the stadium section now. Around the last corner on the power, run towards the line. Looks to be a pretty good lap here for the Renault. He goes fourth fastest with a 1:15.9.
Thousandth of a second quicker than Swanee on his mediums, so I think that's the quickest you're going to see the mediums go, so I don't know.
Anyone can go faster than that? Well, I guess we'll find out if anyone can go faster than that. On the mediums.
Soft times beat that, but I don't think you'll have a quicker time on the mediums as
Flaming Hobo
into the pits.
His next across the line had a purple sector too. Oh, but goes very wide there through the hairpin in the stadium section. That's going to lose him plenty of time. He rounds the last corner and now runs towards the line. It's a 15-3. It's only P2. I think he would have gotten pole position here in this session if he would have not run wide there.
So there's a blink getting past. Is that Bradley or is that Xbox 7? Xbox 7 up out. So Xbox 7 up's onto an outlap as well.
On mediums.
I don't think he knew the Ferrari was on an outlap. But yeah, he's going for a lap on the mediums.
PG Gamer's also going to set on a lap. I think Hasbro's on an in lap on this one. So there's a Ferrari behind him on a lap. No, there's not. It's just Finn. Dangerous Donut. Who's
Mark's on an outlap. Peter's on an outlap. The Haas of Swanee's on an outlap. So I think the next person to cross the line on a lap will be Blink, but he's invalidated into the first turn, so we move down to Xbox 7 up.
Yep. In the AlphaTauri.
Who has a 5-grid penalty thing. What you got that? I don't know if that affects you getting through to Q2, does it? So if he qualifies anywhere below 5th, does he get pushed out of Q2, or does it happen on the grid?
It happens with the grid. So once qualifying's complete, they take the qualifying order, and then they move him down just 5 spots for the race.
Well, Xbox 7 up needs to do his best then to qualify as high as he can, to start as high as he can on the grid.
It's a very nice middle sector there from the AlphaTauri. Doesn't go purple. Oh, no, gets a lot of that inside curve. Completely misses the corner and invalidates his lap. So we're on to Fusion Gamer, I think, on the softs at 3/10 down and is invalidated. So Flaming Hobo's 37 seconds. So Dangerous Donut next across the line in the Ferrari.
2.5 tenths down on his time though, so might back out of this one, jump into the pits and jump onto the soft compound tyre.
Mark has invalidated his lap. Daily Gaming has also invalidated his lap. So we move.
People aren't liking this track, are they? So it'll be Swanee next.
He's about 6-1,000. He sets a purple sector too.
0.5% up. Don't think there's going to be enough time in this lap to get through unless he pulls something out of this final sector. Around the last turn.
Ooh, very wide on that curb. Is he? No, he's pits. Oh, it takes out the bollard. It takes the bollard with him.
Taking that through to the Haas garage. Stick that on the car, might be a bit quicker. As Pakabusi goes to start his lap on the soft compound tyre. Fusion Gamer, is he on the lap?
Nope, he just invalidated.
Invalidated lap.
Yep. So the racing point of Mark is next across the line. He's 2 tenths up currently on his time. Get through sector 1.
Nearly 3 tenths in that first sector, so this is hopefully a lot more time to come through this lap, as he needs to gain at least a second to jump.
Nope, he goes way too much of the inside curve and invalidates. Peter behind him is also invalidated
as well.
So Pakabusi will be next across the line.
He's not liking the track limit too.
Pakabusi switched onto the soft tires. He doesn't think those mediums can make it through, and I think he's dead right on that one. I think everyone is now out on the softs, so
yeah, once again, no one getting through on those mediums. I think this track is because it's so short and
7 tenths.
The amount of traction zones.
7 tenths for the Alfa Romeo. This is looking like this lap here.
This is the fight for P1 between Matt Brooks and Boosie. I don't think Brooks will come back out. He's done 2 laps on his softs, which will start the race on. But come around
I think he's safe to make it through. Across the line, it's a 1:14.9 into the 14s here in Q2. The Alfa Romeo up to P1.
Fastest lap of quali today, I think, by just a couple hundredths of a second. And if Dangerous Donut can come and beat that, there's one of the Renaults on an outlap. I think everyone's on an outlap besides Peter, but he's in sector 2.
Doesn't invalidate this time.
2 lap old soft, so they won't be in the best condition.
Ooh, he goes very wide, yeah. Actually, does not invalidate. Hold on.
Come on.
Actually, improves in this sector. That an improvement on this
DRS
sector?
though.
No. Yeah, I think he's backing off on this lap now. Didn't use any DRS.
Didn't cut that much of a corner. There's probably like 5 temps there.
Hopefully that was just a one-time thing.
If he now sets a lap, I'd be very impressed as he Tokyo drifts around the final turn.
Yeah, he actually is going to set this lap here. It's going to section 4.
Still set a lap though.
One driver that hasn't come out yet in this section, it's Chris in the Haas. He's still in the garage.
Is he in
Not
the
yet. I don't think so. I think he's still in the game.
game? Try pinging him an invite, maybe? Interesting. Maybe he wants to start P15.
Dangerous
we have-
Donut is next across the line, right?
Yes, sets a purple sector 2. He's
Ooh, looking very
second
good
up
for
on
the
his
Ferrari.
time. There'll be a lot more time in this final sector as well. So this is, yeah, the fight for P1 in Q2.
Is
Around
on.
the final turn, safety ERS onto the boost, coming around the final turn now.
It's a 1:14.6 from the Ferrari. That's 3/10 faster than Pac Muzi there in second place. Look like a good
Very
quality.
solid lap.
Bradley,
Bradley
Bradley, he's going to start his lap. Xbox 7 up. He's up next. He's going to cross the line. It's a 1:15.3. Puts him up to 5th.
And then Mark is on an out lap. He's on the mediums though, so
He's thinking he can make it through on those mediums. I don't think that's how that's going to work there. As actually, Peter's up 3/10 currently on his time on 3-lap old softs as here he comes around the last corner. It's only P12 for the Red Bull.
and yeah, those tyres are full laps old anyway. You don't want to be starting the race on those. As yeah, Chris is still in the pits.
He needs to,
So I don't
he's
I
going to
don't
get
think
knocked
Chris
out.
is in it.
He's not in. So next
Yeah,
across the
Swan's starting
line
his lap.
has it's TGR. It's Ted
He's
as
a
he comes
lot
around the
down
last
in this
corner.
time, though.
Yeah, he's down a
Fusion
lot.
Gamer will be next. I
118.2.
don't know if he's up or down.
He's up 2/10 currently in I think that's the second sector as he rounds the last corner. It's a 1:15.5 for the Alfa Romeo. It's only
He's
6.
up P6.
It's
It's
Hasbro
Fennec
starts
who's
his
in
lap.
P11. The spot you need to be out of by the end of the quality sessions. Come around
And
the
he-
final 10 now.
He makes it in. He's gonna knock out I think Bradley out of this, and he goes 8th. Pushes Bradley out. Bradley's gonna have to
There's
start
two
another
cars
lap.
below. Two
He was
guys
next
below
to
on
Chris.
medium laps. So yeah, Bradley comes across the line, invalidated.
So he's got to start
Mark's
another
on the
one.
lap.
Oh, his Xbox 7 Up has collided with another driver
Another.
today. So that's it. That's 10 place grid penalty for the AlphaTauri. He's ran into the back
Mark
Swanee.
improves and goes into a wall. Ends quali in the P13.
Put in the barriers.
So Swanee
So he's out. As
backed out of his
Blinken,
lap. So that's
Blinken Chris
interesting.
out.
If Swanee's backed out in P10,
he's
Peter
gonna
can't
start.
improve.
Yeah.
only
Peter's
driver
out.
to improve can be Bradley.
Bradley,
so,
who's invalidated. He's going to be out of qualifying.
so
he's
that
retired.
maybe well Hasbo needs to back out of his lap.
Yeah, Hasbro needs to not. Oh, he's pushing though. He's still pushing on this
Yeah,
lap.
if,
Oh no, there he
should
goes. Now he
back out.
invalidates.
Oh, he invalidates. Yeah, okay.
All
sorry.
right, all right.
I was gonna say, don't want to improve your lap. Him and Swanee both starting on the mediums then.
Yep, that's pretty good there
Did
for.
Swanee get a penalty, or was it just Xbox
I
7?
think it was just Xbox 7 Up. So Hasbro and Swanee, the only two drivers inside the top 10 to start on the mediums. Everyone else on softs.
I think we missed it. Ted went third in the Renault.
Oh, yeah.
15-1.
Whoopsie. I did
Very
miss that.
solid lap from Ted. And I think, yeah, Mark, the only driver not to... It looks like he went into the wall when the quali lap ended, thinking that he would finish, but I think he crossed just beforehand, so we'll wait for him to get around to the pits. Going to quickly jump into Race Director and see if Swanee did get a penalty or not. No, it looks like only Xbox 7 Up got one. So, oh no, that's the wrong thing. Let me scroll down to the game.
Yeah, so Xbox 7 Up with a 10 place grid penalty
Yeah.
for this Grand Prix.
Mark races to get to the pits to end quali. Interesting. Looks like Finn's got a lot of pace around it. Could this be the first race win for Finn? If I jump into the standings, I think he's only had one podium this season. So
And that was been in Japan about 2 weeks ago. I think 3 weeks actually. It was 3 weeks ago.
yeah, 3 weeks ago, Finn got P2 in Japan. So can he get a P1 in Mexico? I mean, he's got the pace and quali clearly, so this could be interesting. But yeah, Hasbro and Swanee getting through on the medium compound tyres, so it's a solid performance from those guys. To get through on those, and very close. I think Bradley got very unlucky, and it looks like Blink didn't actually get to set a proper lap. Chris was just, I don't know, stuck on the toilet maybe or something, didn't want to come out. And Mark tried to stay on the mediums and yeah,
Did not work out there for the racing point.
maybe he wants to start on the mediums and didn't want to try and do a soft lap and, you know, get stuck on the soft strategy. As maybe that's why Bradley didn't improve. Maybe P11's where he wants to be on the mediums. But yeah, Xbox 7 up as a 10 grid position penalty.
Yep.
So does that mean when will he still start on the softs?
Yeah.
No matter where he is?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if he qualifies P1, he will be moved down to only about
11th.
yeah.
But well, so will he get? I don't know.
Actually, well, since he qualified into Q2, he's going to have to start in the tire that he qualified on. He did qualify on those softs, so if he's going to be outside the top 10, he's going to have to start in those softs.
He's definitely going to be out the top 10.
No, that's
Yeah,
not. No. If I was him, I wouldn't even run in Q3 if he has a 10 place grip penalty. I
Yeah,
wouldn't run
I'd save my tires. Well, no, to be fair, no, you don't want to start
because you'll start last. Yeah, so maybe
you want to do it.
run an old set.
Run on an old set and just do your best on a. Obviously, don't run the ones you qualified Q2 on.
Maybe that would be a good idea.
Yeah, 12 minutes left of quali, 10 drivers left, 2 getting through on the medium tyres in Q2, and yeah, who do you think's going to qualify top 3 out of these 10 drivers on the grid?
Dangerous Donut looking like a contender for pole position today, so I'm gonna go with that Ferrari. I've changed it a little bit, and then Hasbo second, and Pac-Boosie in P3.
I'm going to go Dangerous Donut first, Swanee second, Hasbo third. I think, bearing in mind Swanee's done, I think he's done, well, he did a slow 1 lap, soft lap in Q1, the mediums Q2. There's a lot of pace in Swanee's car, as it looks like Hasbo and Swanee actually racing out of the pits. But yeah, everyone out of the pits, everyone wants to get that lap underway. Flamin' Hobo, Ted, Dangerous Donut, Xbox 7 up, the only drivers left in the pits is Xbox 7 up, actually on his way out now, so yeah, Pac Boosie, never mind. Fusion Gamer will be the first driver to start his lap.
Wrong out for a minute.
In Q3. It is interesting that these guys can't show away, because we clearly saw in Q2 there that the track evolution is very, very strong.
As long as if they have another set of new softs, then they would set a
knows on the
banker
new
here,
set.
and then
Before
come
we
back and
start, I'm
absolutely.
going to jump into Race Director. Can I see what tyres they ran last session? No, I can't. I should have looked at that. Never mind. Anyway.
Well, everyone inside the top 10 except for Hasbo and Swanee have run on a set of mediums and used a little bit of a set of softs that haven't really set a lap.
Fusion Gamer now. Round the final turn to start his lap. What can he do? The quickest lap today, a 14.6. Hopefully we'll see that beaten in Q3. But it was a very solid lap from Finn through the first sector. Very smooth, good exit onto the DRS. Perfect timing there. Didn't even see it go yellow.
There you go.
It's 28-1, first
Ooh,
sector.
lock up on the left front. Possible a little bit of time. Nice, good there for sector
2
2.
cars ahead getting off the track.
Ooh, I think he had to back out there a little bit because I didn't think he expected that Renault to be so far out. Because he still had his left rear wheel still on the track.
56.9 isn't the quickest sector 2 time we've seen today.
So now here comes the stadium section.
Didn't get much curb there. Good curb there. Has enough DRS for a little boost on the final turn here. Started a little bit there on the accelerator, but comes around the final turn. Yeah, not the best lap we've seen at all
16.5
today.
It's Hasbo's next to cross the line. Actually, no, that's wrong. It's Ted who's staying on his lap, but now it's Hasbo to set the time to beat. It's a 1:15.3. Finn sets off on his lap. Swanee's next to cross the line in a Haas. He's looking on time to beat that time from Hasbo. Only misses out by a 10th. Pick up the McLaren Atenic to start his lap. The Mercedes of Matt Brooks crosses the line, goes fastest with a 15.0.
And Pac Boosie
14.2.
A very solid lap from Boosie there, as Xbox 7 up will be next to cross the line. Goes P5 of a 15.5, and then the Williams of Flamin' Hobo to start his lap. So Ted
Whoa.
next across the line. But
At
yeah, a very
14.2.
good lap from Beasley. I do wonder if he got a bit of slipstream from someone possibly at the start,
Maybe.
or
I think that's
maybe
what.
from Finn.
If I were Renault, I would have Ted try to slipstream Asbo down that front stretch.
Damn, what a lap from Boosie. But yeah, Ted coming through the third sector now. As it looks like some contacts in sector 2, or it was just the Alpha getting out the way.
It's just the Alpha getting out of the way. Oh, almost a little bit too wide there for the Renault. He keeps his lap on. Didn't invalidate on that exit curb around the last corner. It's a 15.5 for the Renault. Sixth
What?
fastest.
What did you just say? Did you just say a 15.5?
Pick up Dangerous Donut. It's a 14.9 for the Ferrari.
And Tanek will be next, coming around the final turn. It's
Don't
a
worry
very
about
good
what I
sector
said.
2.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Crosses
about
the
it.
line.
Fifth fastest.
P5. The 15.5. Flamin' Hobo next. 56.1 in sector 2. Oh, loses the rear end a little bit there. And then very sketchy lap. As he's come around the final turn now.
So he comes around the last corner now. It's a 15.6 for the Williams. Don't mind me. I'm just having a stroke currently.
15. Matt Brooks does another lap on those tyres. I don't know why he didn't pit. Maybe he just missed the pits, or he wants to go for another one now. One or the other.
Same for Xbox 7 up.
Didn't improve, but yeah, once again, on to another lap now. Fusion Gamers on an invalidated lap, and I think Hasbro is, yeah, he's in the pits. Never mind. Ted will be on his in lap. The Ferrari of Dangerous Donut.
On an in lap.
On an in lap, yeah.
So if a 14.2 is set to look like an unbeatable time without slipstream.
I mean, looking at the tier 2 general chat, it looks like Swanee got blocked by Tanek, and he said he had a purple sector 1 and 2, so maybe Swanee
Pull something out of the
back
bag.
out and fight for the P1. 6 minutes left now, halfway through quali. Couple drivers still out on the same tyres as Tanek into the pits. Matt Brooks, is he on a lap?
Looks like it. He's actually.
Wait for him to cross this barrier here. Is he
2.5
tenths up on his time?
Purple
So
sector.
this is for P2.
Into the same
Round
section.
sector 3.
Only a couple of corners here in this sector 3. It's pretty short. As he rounds the last corner now. Looking to be a pretty good lap. It's P2. It's 14.6 from the Mercedes. Xbox 7 up.
About to cross the line as well.
Fourth.
Goes P4. Not bad. Flamin' Hobo is on an in lap.
Created had a very adventurous line there through the stadium section to get back to the pits.
So Swanee's on the same tyres that he was on earlier on, so he hasn't got a new car, I don't think.
And he's next. He's going to be next to start a lap, and I think he's also going to be next to cross the line. So.
Yeah, Matt Brooks on an in laps. 3 laps he's done on those softs to get a 14.6. Luckily, won't be starting on those tyres.
No kidding.
Yeah, they'll be nice and toasty, won't they?
Oh yeah.
To be fair, it looks like Matt Brooks might be pushing.
Is it? No.
He invalidates as we
Yeah,
say.
he just way a lot. As Swanee is coming in. So the Haas comes in.
Maybe he forgot to change his tyres. Maybe he might have a fresh pair, and if he has got a race engineer watching the stream, has told him that.
Fusion Gamer is on an outlap, and he'll be next across the line as well.
Yeah, he'll be next to start the lap. So obviously he's taken the full-time seat at Alpha. He's replaced before you exit. He's in here with his pack teammate Boosie. Can they get a 1-2 in quali? I think Dangerous Donut still has a lot of time to pull out of his lap. So hopefully he'll come back out and try and improve. Yeah, we'll stay on board with Fusion Gamer then. He'll be starting his lap now. What can he do for the Alpha team?
Nope.
3.5 minutes left of quali.
That's invalidated, and I think that would also invalidated his next lap as well. Nope.
Nope.
Thought it would. I guess not.
Good to go. So, down the main straight. And the Williams up ahead. Hopefully he stops before the turn. He does. That's good. Through the first sector. Didn't get too much curb there.
Could have attacked maybe the turn 1 and turn 2 curbs just a little bit more, but actually a pretty nice sector 1 there from the Alfa Romeo.
28.1, so he's a 10.5 up on his time. He needs to find about a second and 6 tenths to go P1. So maybe a lot of time in these next few sectors where he's made a mistake or something. 56.1 is what I remember a good Sector 2 time being on the cars earlier. So let's see what he can do.
A little wide there and invalidate.
It's a good Sector 2 as well.
I was worrying that was going to happen.
So he'll be going again now. Fireman Hobo's on an out lap.
Pack Bussy's on another lap in the Alfa Romeo. He's thinking he could go even faster with that 14.2.
So stay on board with Bussy then. Through this first sector.
Ooh, big lockup on the right front. That's going to cost him a little bit of tenths there. Maybe a little bit. Using all of that exit curb.
Wasn't too bad, but yeah, like I said, a lot more curb to be taken.
Oh, he's still up, actually. Well, another lockup there on the left front. Matt Brooks gets out of the way in the Mercedes.
So now through the part of the track where his teammate invalidated.
Using all of that entry curb. Turns in nice and sharp in the Alfa Romeo. That's looking a great lap here.
What was interesting is he wasn't flat out then. A lot of people would go flat out through that sector.
He's actually about 6/100ths out down on his time currently. There through Sector 2. As he rounds through the stadium section now. Using a lot of those exit and entry curves as he rounds the last corner. I don't think it's going to be an improvement, and it's actually it is. It's a 14.1.
It's a very nice lap from Bussy. Even going down in the time during the lap, there was found a lot of time in that
Flaming
sector.
Elbow on his lap. It's had a spin, I think. There in Sector 2.
So he'll go again in a minute, just like Fusion Gamer, or who actually did a lap a second ago and didn't improve. He now has no ERS and no DRS, or nothing to attack on this lap. So I think Fusion Gamer might have made another mistake during that Sector 2 part, maybe running the incorrect setup for the Sector 2S's. And
I think Matt Brooks is going to be next across. Matt Brooks in the Mercedes, I think, is next across the line to end a lap. Must
2 times up on 3 lap old tyres, so that's an interesting approach. 3 sets of softs, 1 he qualified on. He has 2. Well, he has 3, doesn't he? Still, because you get a fresh pair. So
yep.
Interesting that he hasn't switched to a different pair.
So here he comes through, almost flat out. Actually, that's actually a lot more throttle than Pack Pussy was using, as he's 3/10 up currently. Here in Sector 2 as he heads now into Sector 3 in the stadium section. What a gorgeous section of track here at Mexico. Probably my favorite part of the circuit right here.
He gets a good exit here.
Oh, wide and taps the wall. That would have been a great lap from the Mercedes. I think that would have been in the 14s. Yeah, it would have been in the 14s. That's a shame.
Damn, that was unlucky. It looked good as well.
And with only 3 seconds left in quali, that's going to be it for him.
Fusion Gamer into the pit, so he's done for the session.
Tenek is finished in the session as well. So we look now to Hasbro, I think. No,
that's
it's not.
Ted, but he's invalidated. So Swanee.
So that's only. So it is going to be Swanee. Through Sector 2 now. Can anyone match that? Can anyone beat that 14.1 at the top of the timing sheets currently? First up to challenge that's going to be Swanee. Currently 5/10 up there through the second sector.
So at the minute, this is for P3, unless he finds some more time in this Sector 3. This is where he got blocked on his last lap, I believe, in Sector 3. So hopefully a lot of time to be caught out of his time.
Yeah. And here he comes through the last corner now. Swanee rounds the last corner, keeps it hugged to the inside as a 14.3. He goes second. Here comes Hasbo. 9/10 up currently on his time. Crossed the line. It's pole position for the Renault of Hasbo. Pulls out a fantastic lap. Here comes Finn across the line. Barely improves and stays P5.
I think he lost the rear end through the final turn and lost a lot of time. And
Flaming Hobo is done in. Tenek is out in quali. Matt Brooks is out in quali. Matt Brooks is out there, buddies.
Well, that's weird because it looks like Tenek's actually on a lap.
Nah, he has a checkered flag.
Yeah, but it's not. That's definitely not his AI driver. 100% that's not his AI driver.
It's AI driver. What do you mean, man?
No. Germany. Look at the way he's driving. He overtook the Mercedes. This is definitely him on a lap. 100% he's on a lap.
No, he's not on a lap.
I'm telling you, Tenek was driving that car then. I'm telling you, Tenek was in that car. I'm pretty sure he got what Insane Power got the other week at Russia, where he crossed the line and it finished him early. Because it looked like Tanik was on a lap then. But either way, that's the end of quali. Hasbro takes P1 by 100th of a second. Very close between him and Boosie. Swanee goes P3. Matt Brooks, bearing in mind he's on 3-lap-old softs, did a very good job there. But what we need to remember here is Hasbro and Swanee starting on the medium tyres in P1 and P3. So,
yeah.
Boosie will need to get past early.
I am going to be right back. I'll be right back.
No worries. But yeah, a very good qualifying session. From a lot of the drivers. Finn getting P5, as you see on the screen. Probably was looking for a bit more than what he got, but still in the battle for that P1. So Hasbro getting P1, Boosie P2, Swanee P3, Matt Brooks P4, Dangerous Dan at P5, Xbox 7 at P6 will be moved down to P16 with his penalties. So what can he do from the back of the grid to get back up? Tenik in P7, Ted in P8, Flamin' Hobo, who I don't think got to set a proper lap. I think got very unlucky, got P9, and Fusion Gamer also didn't get to set a proper lap, goes P10. So this will be interesting for sure. I'm not going to go with any early bets, but I think we're about to find out if the one-stop or the two-stop strategy is better here, unless Boosie goes for the one-stop on the softs. But this will be an interesting race. Don't go anywhere. For all we know, it could be wet right now. We have no idea. I don't know if the drivers checked that or not. That would be funny if they throw it down with rain. Yeah, it's not raining. So, is Chris in the lobby? I want to check that. He's not. Let me see if I can quickly ping Chris and invite before we get underway. He's not online, so I think Chris is having internet issues, which is unlucky for the man that hasn't scored a point yet this season. Was looking for one today, and I reckon probably could have had it. He got through to Q2, and from the times that were in Q2, he probably could have got through. But yeah, unlucky for him. See what happens in the race. "15 seconds for the finish flag at the top there. All the Bottas fans. Yeah, what strategies will people choose today?
Hopefully good ones.
Yeah, hopefully a bit of everything everywhere. Yeah, I just tried to figure out if Chris was online or not, but it doesn't look like he is. So Chris ain't going to score his first points today.
Ugh.
But maybe his car could do something. But we'll jump onto the details now. So, tyres, we have Hasbro on the mediums, Swanee on the mediums. We've got L Davies on the hards, so he's maybe the hard soft. Bradley on the mediums, obviously qualified P11, but with the penalties that Xbox 7 Up got, has moved down to what am I saying? P10. There we go. Let's put the words out. Jesus. Peter, P11 on the mediums. Mark's gone soft, so he's going for a two-stop, I reckon. Blink on the mediums. Chris, is it his AI?
Yep, that's definitely
on the softs. Harley on the mediums. Xbox 7 Up qualified on the softs, and obviously didn't get a choice of tyre. Insane Power on the softs. Taishu on the softs. Lauren, who isn't in the session, he said that his Xbox is blowing up, so
nice. And then L Davies at the back on hards. Insane Power is on mediums. Yeah, just a little bit of correction. He's on those
did I
medium
say
tyres.
soft?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, my bad.
I tell you, those would have been softs in 2018, but we move on.
That's what I was talking about, you know? But anyway, we move. Hopefully L Davies can get through the field and all the AIs without getting any wing damage. Can hopefully get up the field. And, he always goes hards. I see that. Every race he starts on those hard tyres. Obviously, he wouldn't be in P20. He would be, I think, P16 if he didn't get caught up with...
Yes.
I don't know who it was. Possibly Swanee.
No, I think it was, Oh, it was Laurent in the Williams at the back.
That's it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Hasbro come around now to start the grid lineup.
But Matt Brooks is going to make it to the grid first. In that Mercedes, he's made it to the grid first.
He's keen. He's ready to go. What is interesting? There's 36 laps. What? I don't know how long the softs can go. Anyway, we're about to find out. I'll let you do the start this week.
Oh yeah, you did do it last week. It is my turn. Alright, cool. As everyone started forward with the grid, I think we're in for a pretty nice race today.
Hope so.
But on pole is our championship leader Hasbro. Gonna lead us away here from the lights. Once they flick on for the drivers, not for us. I think still being situated as now we're starting to rev up. That's the air of Chris going and of Lauren going. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a great start for Hasbro. Actually, it's a way better start for the soft runner. Pakbusi gets right alongside that Renault in the nice run down to turn 1. Could be 3, almost 4 abreast here as they run down into the corner. Pakbusi up the inside of the Renault, and into the lead goes the Alfa Romeo. Ahead of our championship leader, Swanee gets up the inside of Matt Brooks, and he's going to hold the spot around the outside. Almost says 3 wide here further in the back as Bradley's keen to make up places. Actually, he's starting to drop as now they're 3 wide there for that P11 spot. Down into the sector 2. Oh, bit of carbon fiber, I think from a wing coming off, and I think that's Mark's front wing. It came off there in that second sector, but Akusi leads him away. Fleming Hobo's gotten around the Mercedes of Matt Brooks there. So not a very good opening lap.
Boost has already got 1.8 seconds worth of a gap, and
he's flying. Gaming has gone through the bollard there in sector 2. Does he have any wing damage? He just ran wide. His wing looks okay from our point of view.
That's a good point. Fusion Gamer then. It wasn't the front. I'm getting incorrect. Don't worry.
Oh, this X7 I think has had an issue on his opening lap as he's dropped all the way down to P19 in that AlphaTauri.
Yeah, looks like L. Davies also just keeping at the back, avoiding anything. It's the 2 AIs at the front racing each other, and Boosty's starting to catch up now. He's very quick on those soft tyres. They are rapid as Flaming Hobo all over the back of Swanee here, using the overtake. Looks down the inside, backs out of it. But yeah, Flaming Hobo down in P9 at the start, working his way back up the field. In P4 at the minute, ignoring the AIs that got the jump start.
Chris has already been overtaken by Pakbusi. I think Hasbro's going to be next to take down these AI drivers. 6.7 up, picks up a 3-second time penalty. Down at the back, still struggling to find his way through in front of that McLaren.
It'd be interesting, I don't know if Mark's suffering a lot from that wing damage or not. Obviously he has no right end plate and there's a lot of right turns on this track. So I wonder what that will do to his strategy.
There's now DRS is now enabled.
Matt Brooks side by side with Fleming Hobo, gets past, might be looking for Swanee as well.
I don't think he has enough speed. He's not using any of his overtakes. They head down into turn 1, but the Mercedes up to P4, getting a spot back there from the Williams. As Mark is now under pressure from 10th place, Dangerous Donut. Make a little bit of contact there down the straight, but up the inside goes the Ferrari. He's going to take the spot from the Racing Point. As also Fusion Gamer sends it up the inside of the AlphaTauri and Bradley. Bradley goes off onto the grass. Fusion Gamer still sticking his nose in there. Oh, they make contact. Almost sent Bradley there to the wall.
I think Fusion get a bit too keen.
He's now side by side with
side by side.
Now side by side with the Red Bull of Peter, who moves up to the P12. It's now Harley's under threat.
Very good here, are they?
From Blink, who has front wing damage as he heads it down the inside into the sector 3, and the Ferrari up to. Oh, his Taichi almost sent it down the inside there of Harley. Thought better of it, and is now under threat there from Insane Power in the McLaren. Loses the spot to the. Oh, as he runs a little bit wide and almost tags. Next what's set up there in the AlphaTauri, who's still stuck down there in P19, and he's keen to get by that Red Bull.
Back, but Matt Brooks now, DRS and ERS onto Swanee on the main straight, gets past this at Swanee, yeah, just backs out, doesn't look on the inside there. As Dangerous Donut gets past Mark on the straight as Mark spins.
Oh! He spun it in.
Possibly a bit of contact there. Gets back onto the track.
So the spot to Harley and then.
So wing damage and the spin, he's not going to be too happy.
Now Taishu's racing in, but now Xbox setup's going to try to make it 3 abreast into the corner. What a dive for the AlphaTauri. It's too ambitious and he spins it again. I thought that move was a little too good to be true there for the AlphaTauri, as now he drops back to last.
People aren't taking their time today, are they? They are
very impatient.
Looking very impatient is the only word to say that. Was that Peter doing what he did in quali, just not taking the turn at all? There's Fusion Games looks on the inside, gets it done. Peter given the space, but Peter's going to attack back. He's looking down the inside, side by side through sector 3. A little bit of contact.
Fusion Gamer still sticks his nose in. They make a little bit of contact on the exit. I think the Alfa Romeo is going to get the spot from the Red Bull. He does. But now the Red Bull's under threat here from the AlphaTauri. Bradley with the DRS, and that AlphaTauri is up into the points again.
Will Bradley go for a double move here on the Alpha?
Does he have enough speed on the Alfa Romeo? No, he breaks a little early.
Bit of contact from the Red Bull.
Yep.
Keeps it on the track though, so he's still going.
Stone has gotten by Flaming Hobo for P6. But back to the battle for P10. Peter is still actually on the back of the AlphaTauri, keeping him nice and honest as a lockup from the Alfa Romeo ahead. Now the Ferrari, the Blinks now joining that battle, so is Harley and Insane Power, making their way through.
Yeah, Blink and Harley won't be too happy with the fight going on ahead. They'll want to be getting past sooner rather than later. As Fusion Gamer out there, being a bit too aggressive.
Maybe
3 seconds behind Tenek now, who's on the back of Flamin' Hobo. And Xbox Zone, that's pitted for the mediums, so he'll be on the medium now. If you can try and get those to the end, he needs a safety car or something. I'll tell you what, we haven't had a safety car in a long time.
That is very true.
In Tier 2, we have a lot of little incidents, but nothing too big. Mark still hasn't pitted. He's stayed out with the wing damage.
As the Williams of Flaming Hobo is trying to defend here from the McLaren of Tenek, who's actually gained a lot of time on the Williams. He's actually going to get the DRS. They're on this straight, heading down into Sector 2. Uses his overtake. Flaming Hobo defends the inside. Tenek's going to try to send it a long way around into turn 4. Going to try to keep his nose in. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have backed out off that. Makes contact, does not lose a bit of his front wing, luckily for him. I think Blink is starting to hold up everyone from P12 down because he does have that front wing damage.
Yeah, you can see he's really struggling through these S's, and Peter's right on the back of him. People looking for gaps that it shouldn't be, but Finn, right on the back of Ted here in the Renault. I think with a 2-second gap at the front, he's flying.
I think the soft tires started to struggle here a little bit.
As Ted, first to react to that, jumps into the pits.
That's a 2-stop, I think. He's going to go on to his set of mediums.
So Peter has the, I keep saying Peter, Finn has the DRS. Detection point just before the pit lane, so he's still going. And it looks like L. Davies here might be making a move onto Taishu. Has the DRS, using the ERS. He's going down the inside.
She's going to try to... Yeah, he's going to try to squeeze, but I think Lee Davies is going to get up ahead of the Red Bull. That's P15 for the racing point. Well, a bit of a lockup, actually. Taishu looks to try to get that place back. I don't think he's going to be close enough as Lee Davies pulls out of the corner. Pulls away for the Red Bull.
Yeah, Blink is on the back of Bradley. Bearing in mind he has that wing damage. Doesn't look like Bradley has any. Blink still looking pacey with the wing damage, and it's all over the back of Bradley here. But this is where he will struggle a lot with the wing damage, so you can see that Bradley gaining 5 temps just through the Sector 2 alone, 6 temps, just because of that wing damage. So Blink on the mediums.
Battle for P11 has now looked down the inside. That Red Bull of Peter is trying to get by the Mercedes of Harley, sitting down there in P11 at the moment. As Flaming Hobo is diving into the pits now in the Williams. Also on that 2-stop strategy.
I think if you want to go hard, you need to be going lap 10. I'm trying to remember what I did. But yeah. Flaming Hebo into the pits. I'm surprised Mark hasn't got into the pits. Bearing in mind he's side by side now with Insane Power into the first turn. Looks like he's got the position. Insane Power breaks late. Mark keeps the position there. P12.
Yep.
Blink on the back of Bradley has the DRS. Isn't using the ERS. Still very
Oh,
close.
we got a spin in the stadium section. It's the AlphaTauri of Xbox 7 Up. He's had a little bit of a spin. This race not going the way Xbox 7 Up wanted it to, obviously, with the 10th place grid penalty. Hasn't gone his way since.
It's all going wrong for him. Yeah, Blink still on the back of Bradley. So the wing damage isn't doing too much to him, as Matt Brooks has dropped 2 seconds behind Hasbo, so those soft tyres really dropping off quickly now. As doesn't look for the pits, he's still going, so he's looking for a one stop. Dangerous Donut flies into the pits though.
The Ferrari in
5 second time penalty, speed in the pits.
As income also comes the Alfa
variant.
Romeo, the Fusion Gamer. Now Ferrari looks to be going on a wing change. He's changing his wing and putting on the set of mediums.
Hasbo actually gained a lot of time on Boosie now. Boosie's tyres are dead. He had a 2 second gap and now
Oh, big lock up there from the
Not
Alfa
bad.
Romeo as well. Yeah, he's struggling. Those medium tires are definitely the way to go in Q2.
Boosie's lost a lot of time here, so all that time that he made is
His Blake is now on the back of Bradley. Is he close enough for a move? Almost looks up the inside, decides to back out.
these two fighting is losing a lot of time.
Xbox
As
7 Up
Xbox
is
7
out.
Up the tyres. Will that be a safety car?
He's done it off. He's done it on in sector 2, actually. Not the best place to do it. He has done it. Oh, he's just pulled off.
Isn't going to be good for their constructors championship battle as Boosie flies into the pits and
Hasbo takes the lead.
Sorry, into the lead. And
So,
Matt Brooks
that's gonna be
staying
the
out.
hard tires,
He's
I
going
think.
for a one stop.
That's gonna be the hard
No, I
tires
think-
there for the Alfa Romeo. No, it's the set of
I think
mediums.
it's too early. Yeah, it's too early
It's a
for,
two-stop.
for the hards. Lap 10 to lap 12, I think. So that, I
As
think that's what
Tenek-
Matt Brooks might be doing.
Tenek is in as well.
And talking about Tenek, Blink on the back of Bradley. I thought Bradley had DRS from Tenek, but I'm wrong. Still, yeah, just doesn't have enough pace. It looks like that wing damage really slowing down the Ferrari. And Peters on the back of Harley as well, but doesn't get past. And Tenek coming out the pits now. Looks like Fusion Gamer just behind Tenek. Didn't manage to get the undercut.
On the McLaren. He's going to try to overtake him.
And the 2AI of Laurent and Chris fighting into turn 1. Insane driving from these two. And, yeah, Mark and Taishu down in 18th and 19th. Both had unlucky starts, but they're onto the softs. There's yeah, Blink's on the back of Bradley, Peters on the back of Harley, and Boosie is going to be getting held up here. So this is good for Hasbo and Swanee.
Oh, absolutely.
Boosie has a lot of traffic ahead of him that he needs to get past, and this is yeah, it's going to lose him a lot of time, and especially
It's
for a
now
two-stop.
Matt Brooks dives into the pits. I think that's for the one stop.
Oh, Fusion Gamer into the wall. He lost the end plate. It
Yeah,
looks like it was side by side with Finn into the S's, and yeah, hit the wall and lost a bit of his wing.
So Matt Brooks in the pits actually went for the set of softs. So it's going to be a soft medium here for the Mercedes.
It's interesting. I don't know if he must have a fresh peg to get on for the race. I
It's
think
now down the
red
inside
dot
for
Peter looking
P5.
down the inside.
Gets the spot there from the Mercedes. Harley's going to try to fight it back. Now Pac Boosie's going to try to join in the fun. Trying to get by these two on a fresher set of tires.
Yeah, Boosie's losing a lot of time here. He needs to get this move done as he
It's
looks on
now.
the inside of Harley.
Yep, gets the spot from Harley. Now he's going to set his sights on Peter.
Hasbo got a 10-second gap to Swanee here. But even when Boosie gets past, he's got to catch up to Blink and Bradley, who are still fighting. Blink with the wing damage from lap 1, still keeping up with Bradley.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah, he's just shows how much time he's losing though. As Boosie looks down the inside of the Red Bull, gets it done.
What a nice move there from the Alfa Romeo. Puts himself into P5. Chasing after the Ferrari up ahead that does have wing damage.
So 1.7 as Matt Brooks gets past Lee Davies. Oh, they're still side by side in sector 3.
Side by side in sector 3. I haven't seen that. The low contact. They keep it off the wall, and the Mercedes moves ahead of the Racing Point.
And Matt Brooks giving Lee Davies a little bit of a tap up the rear of the car.
Nice love tap.
Keeping it on the track and out of the wall, Lee Davies.
So now Bradley is still under threat here from the Ferrari at Blink. These two's been going at it.
Yeah, that wing damage is definitely losing them a lot of straight line speed, and they'll be struggling through sector 2 as well. But maybe Bradley's struggling as well. Maybe something wrong with the setup there as he actually picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Blink, bearing in mind has the wing damage, still hasn't picked up any penalties yet.
Yeah, he's
but
bearing
Boosie
down here on
has
the
gained
AlphaTauri.
5 tenths that lap. So Boosie's going to catch up to this fight very quickly. And this makes you wonder how late Hasbro is going to leave this pit stop, because bearing in mind the traffic Boosie's got, maybe going early could be a shout for the Renault. Boosie needs to get past Hasbro and pit again.
That's a tall order for that Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do here.
As now diving to the pits is the Ferrari Blink. He's going to try to undercut the AlphaTauri, but with that wind damage that he's going to have to replace her at the pit stop, I don't think so. As Peter is also in the Red Bull.
And Boosie using all of his ARS, he's trying to get as much from this DRS pull on Bradley as he can, as he
not close enough.
The gap there, but was a bit too far back. He'll be all over Bradley here on this next DRS straight. He needs to get past and get up the field as quick as he can, losing a lot of time on the traffic.
Does not have it.
Only
has both. Yeah, doesn't have enough overtake to get by the AlphaTauri. He's got to send it, and in which he does. He sends it up the inside with a lockup on the AlphaTauri. And the Alfa Romeo now up to P3.
Very nice late send there. I think Bradley gave him just enough space.
Hasbro with an 11-second gap there to Swanee. Flying here in the Renault.
Hasbro not using his ARS either, so his tyres will be in a much better position compared to the rest of the field.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's Flaming Hobo then, 6 tenths behind Lee Davies.
Obviously on those hard tires. For Lee Davies.
I wonder if Bradley will jump into the pits. He was on the medium hard, but he's now gone on to mediums again, so the medium soft for Blink.
Nope. Bradley's staying up.
So Bradley's going for the medium hards.
He's thinking he's okay from that undercut because of that Ferrari having to change his wing. As Matt Brooks hits the fastest lap of the race.
I think, yeah. Blink completely changed his strategy. He was going medium hard, but I think he knew how much time he was missing out on, so he's going for a 2-stop now instead of the 1. Flaming the back of Lee Davies has the DRS.
Flies.
Fly past Davies.
Yeah, fly way past it. There's actually
Ted in the rear.
Ted's closing in on this battle as well. Locked up there from Lee Davies. 10X also trying to join in the fun here. In the battle for P8. Ooh, Ted almost runs right into the back of the Racing Point there through the corner. That just shows how much slower that hard tire is against those fresher mediums. It's around the outside because the Renault takes the spot from Lee Davies.
He's in the best position, but as long as he can keep going, he'll be alright. The two guys, as Tenek shoving it down the inside. Tenek getting very impatient behind Lee Davies. Nearly took them both out. If Davies didn't go wide there, they would have both been going into the wall.
Meanwhile, ahead in P5, the two Mercedes battling here for P5. Team Dynamics, I think, should come in here, and I think Harley should let Matt Brooks through. They're both on different strategies.
I have to let him through. The soft tyres will be very quick on the next straight. I don't think there'll
be any contest.
As long as he doesn't use the ERS to defend from it, yeah.
As into the pits comes Bradley. Yeah, Bradley is now into the pits. As he's in for the hard tires.
To the hards, so yeah.
Well, stop.
Will Hasbro and Swanee react soon.
Can Blink actually jump the AlphaTauri here? Is he close enough? Now here he comes around the last corner. Bradley's coming out now. I don't think he's close enough. He's not. So Blink trying with the undercut could not find a way. As Tenek has gotten by Lee Davies there for P9.
But to be fair, Blink made 5 seconds in those 2 laps. Bearing in mind he had to change his wing, so gained a lot of time on Bradley and is on a 2-stop. So if those hards will be very slow towards the end, and we can see that with Lee Davies as well. He's struggling with those hards as we actually missed Tanik getting past Lee Davies as well.
And Matt Brooks is gotten by his teammate Harley there for P4 on the softs.
And Pat Boosie now catching up to Swanee.
Let's close the gap here to the Haas.
Which is interesting because obviously Bradley will be making a decent amount of time now. Those hards will be quicker than the mediums.
As Tanik's run very wide. Down there, P9 battling with his teammate, Insane Power.
The two McLarens have a lot of history fighting each other.
Especially through
I think
S's.
Insane Power, if Insane Power plays this smart, he lets Thingy go as actually Pakavusi gets past Swanee on the main straight. Still side by side though. Swanee backs out.
As now into the pits comes Insane Power. In those mediums, he's actually one of the first of the... Actually, he's not one of the first of the guys that started the mediums. Yeah. As he's onto a set of softs. So it looks like it's a medium soft stuff strategy here for the McLaren. Don't know how quick that strategy is.
Ted and Flame and Hobo side by side into the first turn. Very close. I don't know how they didn't make contact, but
what a nice battle here.
Through. Very nice driving from those two, but yeah, Ted has the DRS.
But Flaming Hobo's using all of his overtake. Down the inside goes the Williams, trying to stay ahead of the Renault. Ooh, they make contact. Still more contact, still more contact. The Williams gets sent a little bit wide. Goes very wide through the hairpin, and Ted goes.
Oh, and Davies.
Oh, he stopped it. Lost it on the.
I think Finn went for the move. I think Finn tapped Davies and onto the grass goes Davies. That's the only issue with Davies running that.
Oh, speeding in the pit lane for Hasbo.
Oh no.
5-second time penalty for the championship leader.
And he has 8 seconds now, so he
goes on to another. He goes on the set of hards. So he's doing the 1-stop. Here comes Pakavusi around the last corner to take the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix.
And it looks like Flame and Hobo made a mistake. Bearing in mind he was side by side with Teddy. He's now being swarmed by the whole field, and Bradley's now looking for the move as well down the inside of Flame and Hobo and gets it done.
Swanee's into the pits as well, and the Haas going under this set of hards. So a mistake there from the Williams drops him out of the points. Hasbo has come out in P2, right ahead of the soft runner of Matt Brooks.
Did Swanee make a mistake? How has he lost so much time to Hasbo?
He boxed.
Yeah, but so did Hasbo.
Good question. Good question.
A very big gap between those two. I'm so
have
confused. There's so many strategies here, but yeah, Flame and Hobo, it looks like he got caught up in something. He's pitted for a wing change. Lee Davies getting very unlucky. I think he's getting hit by everyone, isn't he? All the people on the quicker strategies just not giving Lee Davies a break, and
now he's stuck in the middle of a soft running back of the midfield.
I wouldn't be surprised if Davey jumps into the pits for medium soon then. Obviously needs to go a little bit longer. 16 laps the mediums can do. So he needs to do another 3 laps before he can pit and try and work his way back up the field. There's Matt Brooks on the back of Hasbo here.
Yeah. I don't think Hasbo cannot afford to let this Mercedes go. He's going to have to fight this one.
I would let him go. He's not going to, but...
Speaking of Matt Brooks, his teammate Harley is now into the pits in the Mercedes. Going on to the set of hards.
Go for the 1-stop.
Yes.
But Matt's used all of his ERS, didn't gain anything really.
No.
And Lee Davies then has Insane Power in front of him. Will he beat Harley out of the pits? I think it'll be very close actually.
Nope. I think Harley's gonna get it, I think.
Blink on the back of Bradley once again. So Blink's made 2 seconds up, and on the 2-stop is right behind Bradley again. Can he get past this time without wing damage? As the DRS is going to look down the inside, possibly he does. He brakes later on the inside. Oh, and Bradley backs out to avoid the wing damage.
So the Ferrari B9
gets past. And Matt Brooks now still on the back of Hasbo. 3 attempts, looks down the inside and backs out.
Hasbo's dropping a little bit of time here to the Alfa Romeo Pakavusi, who just got around the 2 AI cars of Chris and... I think the longest battle here on the track has been the 2 AI cars between Chris and Lauren.
Yeah, those two are all over each other. But what is interesting is how many penalties there are on the field. I've only just taken a look at that.
The only one in the race that is not an AI car that does not have a penalty is Harley, actually, coincidentally, in the Mercedes down in P12.
And if you look how many penalties people have, it's yeah, it's not just 3 seconds, half of them.
Oh my god.
But Matt Brooks on the back of Hasbo still. Hasbo using all of his ERS to defend this, which isn't great, because I would have let Matt Brooks go on the straights. I wouldn't be fighting him, because clearly he's quicker on the softs. His insane power gets past Mark. Mark into the pits, onto those mediums. He'll be finishing the race on those. And Davies will need to react to that soon.
As Battlefield P4 starting to heat up here, as the Dangerous Donut has caught onto the back of the Renault, but Tenek is also starting to close in here on this battle as well.
Between them, Ted and the Dangerous Donut both have more than 10 seconds worth of penalties. Tenek has 6. Well, Swanee is still in a very good position here if you think about it. He's only got 3 seconds worth of time penalties as Matt Brooks picks up another one, so he's on 9. I didn't think track limits were that bad in Mexico.
I guess they are that bad in Mexico.
But yeah, Matt Brooks has dropped out of the DRS, even though he has the DRS. Hasbro's pushing hard and getting that time up.
The Dangerous Donut's not going to try. Yeah, he's going to get near the Renault. I think he's going to make the move down there before turn 1 using all of his. Actually, he has no overtake, but still has his overtake turned on as he up the inside of the Renault. Here he comes. Down on the brakes into turn 1. The Renault's going to try to fight it around the outside. Around the outside, he holds the spot from the Ferrari. Brilliant defending here from the Renault. But now Tenek is now going to try to join in on this fight as well, as Dangerous Donut still has no ERS to fight the Renault with. Is he going to fire it down the inside? He is going to look up the inside. Doesn't have enough space there on the inside to keep it alongside the Renault. Actually, the Renault's one very wide. Now here comes the Ferrari down the inside into turn 6. They're now wheel to wheel as the Ferrari takes the spot, as now Tenek is now going to try to take the opportunity to also get past the Renault.
As that battle was happening, Insane Power got past Harley on those softs, so Harley, what can he do on those hards? These 2 stops will come in soon, I think. Ted's 12-lap-old mediums.
As into the pits now comes Matt Brooks, after finally...
Ted goes very wide and Tenek gets past.
Yeah, I think Ted's starting to struggle.
Yeah, those mediums won't be in the nicest state, but yeah, he lost the car into the final
Matt Brooks is in
turn,
for another set of mediums to go to the end of the race on. Now here comes...
Where will he come out?
I think he'll stay inside the points. Actually, no,
That Merc looks very nice, I just have to say. I do like the black Merc in the game.
Yes, I love that paint scheme. Looks very good. Good job to go back to all the guys back at the factory for that nice paint scheme.
I never thought I'd be saying good job Codemasters, but Blink looks on the inside of Peter.
Ooh, contact!
Contact!
From Peter, he loses an end plate of his front wing.
He backs out to let Blink go again. He knows it was his mistake. Fully attacking again though.
As actually now, Dangerous Donut and Tenek are now in a position to battle for the last podium spot, but they still do have to. They have to stop again, or are they?
Yep.
Okay.
Matt Brooks is the last two stopper not to need to pit again. So will Dangerous Donut and Tenek actually react to the undercut?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Well, I mean,
overcut.
Ted should have gone in last lap. I think that's what I meant. Yeah.
Now Tenek's actually starting to gain here on the Ferrari, not close enough to make a dive into the stage section.
Lee Davies still hasn't pitted. 20
lap old. Is he trying to go for a hard soft strategy? I've seen him do that before.
And yeah, Ted's into the pits, so Ted will be going for the undercut. So Tenek and Finn will have to react this lap. Swanee is 2 seconds behind, but yeah, Tenek attacking Finn now into the first turn, has the DRS using the ERS.
Gets past
He's going to get it done before the turn.
Ted onto his
set of
mediums.
He's also on the back of Peter.
That was a very bad release there for the Renault. He's going to drop outside the points here now.
What can Ted do? A couple of cars in front of him still need to pit.
That release is going to cost him a lot of time. He was stationary for way too long.
Davies still hasn't pitted.
Props to Davies. I think he is trying. I think he is trying what I'm thinking. He's trying to do a hard to soft around here.
I mean, he needs as much pace as he can get after the contact with Finn. He's lost a lot more time than what he would have liked. He would have been around where Matt Brooks is now, I believe. Or that's Harley, sorry. So he's lost about, yeah, a good 10 seconds because of the spin, maybe more. Tenek in front of Dangerous Donut. Will they react to Ted going for the undercut?
I think they don't. I think they both pit this lap.
And Boosie's still going.
Yeah, he's still going. He's coming up on the back of the field, starting with Taishu and Fusion Gamer, his teammate. As will we see who's going to come in first? It's Blink. Oh, Blink. That's Finn. Dangerous Donut is in the pit now. He's going to try to undercut the McLaren, who's also
It's
trying to
interesting
get.
because he's going to serve his 5-second time penalty.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he had that.
Maybe that's why Ted was in there for so long. And it looks like he actually might have picked up another one. He's on 15 seconds worth of time penalties. Never mind, that might just be 3 seconds. I don't know.
I think he is going to get the undercut here on the Ferrari. Oh yeah, he's going to get Dangerous Donut right here. Actually, Ted with the fastest third sector we've seen so far today will get past the Ferrari.
So losing around 3 seconds.
Swanee is now closing in on Tenek.
Stop there. So it looked like, yeah, Ted made 2 seconds from that undercut. We take the 5-second time penalty into account.
Blake's starting
Swanee
the battle here with Matt Brooks.
I think on they hold the mediums. I don't know if his are to the end or not. I think he's on a medium soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was going for the medium hard, wasn't he? And then had to pit again. So Blink needs to get as much time as he can here, just to get in the DRS stage. Just without the second, he's now in it again. He needs to get his foot down, and 12 laps left to go. Softs can do about 9.
Tenek is staying out again.
I think he's waiting for Boosty to react, but I don't think he takes into account that Boostie's got a massive gap at the front.
And now Swanee.
Yeah, no.
Swanee's to get him.
Yeah, go on.
Swanee trying to fight up the inside with the McLaren. Did get that DRS from the 2 lap cars behind them. It almost doesn't leave Swanee enough room in the turn 1s. Yellow flag, sector 3. It's a Ferrari. It's Dangerous Donut. He's round.
Oh no.
So the guy trying to get undercut on the McLaren has spun it.
He has wing damage.
Oh no.
But Lee Davies finally reacts, and yeah, so unlucky for Finn. It was looking
So
very good.
I'm
for
looking
Finn as well.
at a set of softs here for the racing point of Lee Davies. Exactly what I thought he was going to do, and he's away.
What can he do then? The car's in front, not too far away, and a couple of people still have to pit as well. So what can Lee Davies get out of this? Can he secure a point
Swanee is still stuck
spin?
behind the McLaren.
I think he knows Tenek's isn't the easiest person to pass, so I think he's playing safe. He
No.
knows that he knows he's got a pit soon, so he might play the long game here.
Bradley picks up another 3-second time penalty.
As Taishu actually gets past Finn in the P16.
Tenek
into the
pitting
first
now.
turn.
No, Tenek is still waiting. I think, yeah, he is waiting for that Alfa Romeo. In fact, we see the pit before he does. But if Swanee could get by this McLaren now, this would be great for him.
Tenek's taking a very defensive line.
Ooh, almost moves
Moves a
across
little
there on
bit
the Mercedes. That's not a Mercedes. That is a Haas. And the Haas has actually moved back up into P3.
Swanee's ahead now.
It's now Matt Brooks
Yeah,
is going to start.
Pack Race,
Matt Brooks is going to start to gain here on Tenek as well. Only 2 seconds behind.
The pit stop, I can't remember how long it takes. It's probably about 18 seconds here. So Pack Boosie needs to react sooner than later, I think. It's only an 8-second or 9-second gap to Hasbo. He's still...
Hasbo is going to
needs to
jump
pit,
him,
so-
I think, in the pit. I think he's going to jump Hasbo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Swanee is going to be a little touch and go because he was held up by that McLaren.
But
As
then you got
Pack
to take penalties
Boosie,
into
nope,
account
he's
as
staying
well.
out
Hasbo
again.
has 11 seconds. So Boosie's staying out. Will Tenek jump into the bits? I think he knows he's losing time.
He's going to have to pit, yeah. 'Cause Matt Brooks is really on him now. He gained about half a tenth over the course of that lap.
Yeah, Harley's actually under pressure here from Insane Power and Ted.
Will Tenek jump in? Yes, there goes the McLaren into the pits. Luckily, he
Tenek's
won't get
reacted.
undercut by the Ferrari of Dangerous Donut, but he will get probably undercut here by Ted, who is stuck behind the McLaren with Insane Power.
Yeah,
His
he's stuck
teammate.
in traffic. Harley on the hards is not as quick as the soft and
Ooh,
medium runners.
contact.
He actually touches the back of Insane Power there. But he has the DRS now.
With
Can he get
overtake,
the undercut
DRS.
done?
Yeah, he's going. Flies past the McLaren. I think the McLaren still has to make a pit stop, and Ted has jumped Tenek in the pits.
Insane Power on the medium soft. He needs to pit again still. And Ted's looking to try and get a move done on Harley here. He's trying to set himself up for the next straight. Touches it a little bit too much curve there. Probably got a warning. Has the DRS now. Going to use the ERS on Harley.
He's gonna get it.
On the medium tyres. Gets it done pretty easily.
Flying past the Mercedes. As into the pits comes our race leader, Pack Bussi's in now. That's going to release Hasbo. He's going to have to try to create a huge gap to the Alfa Romeo.
A very big gap.
It's a soft.
Onto the
soft.
softs.
So is Swanee going to be able? No, Swanee is not going to be able to jump that Alfa Romeo.
Swanee's very far back. A lot further back than I thought he would be, to be fair.
I think he made a
I
mistake
think that'll
somewhere.
update when he crosses the line. There we go.
As into the pits comes Blink. In the Ferrari. That's 6th place for
6 seconds.
That's 5th place there for Bradley. Into the pits comes the Ferrari.
The penalties are huge. Harley's in 8th, but if you look at the penalties in front, he can close that gap up to Bradley. He could gain a few positions in him.
As Ted is.
To be fair, Harley's doing very well in this tier 2 race. I thought it'd be yeah, I don't know. Very good. Blinks into 9th onto the softs. But Hasbo, so take away the penalty that him and Boosie have, 9 seconds. Boosie needs to be within 9 seconds to win the race on penalties.
That's really easy to achieve there for the Alfa Romeo.
Swanee needs to do the same, needs to be within 9 seconds of Hasbo to get P2. Anyone left to pit? I don't think so.
Insane Power to pit. Yes, he did. Okay.
Insane Power pitted, yeah.
So yeah, everyone.
No more pit stops.
That's it for pit stops in this race.
And Tenek is on the back of Harley as we say that. 2 temps between them on the softs compared to the hards. Those softs will be rapid.
Yeah, he's gonna fly past the Mercedes right here. That's actually back out of the throttle a little bit with that dirty air. Now he gets the run on the Mercedes. Down the inside goes the McLaren. Gets the spot. Moves up to P7. Now chasing after Ted, who did undercut him, but is on a forward lap. Old set of mediums as he actually drops it into the wall in the stadium section.
And he resets the track as well, so that'll be a cheeky little penalty for Ted, but wing damage as well. Doesn't pit, he's going to stay out and try to do 8 more laps. The Red Bull, not Red Bull, what am I on about? That's a Ferrari. Blink getting past Ted on the straight.
Yep.
They probably wish they were Red Bull with the car they have this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Harley still on the back of Tenek.
Matt Brooks is gaining
Matt
here.
Brooks catching up to Swanee, yeah.
He's getting on Swanee right now. 11 seconds is now the gap between Pat Busti and Hasbo.
10 more seconds unless he picks up another penalty.
Yeah, he doesn't need any mistakes here from the Alfa Romeo. He needs to be nice and consistent. He'll get this win.
Chris gets the move done on Lauren down in the P18. 2 guys
well.
going at it the whole race. Side by side racing the whole race.
Still going at it. On the same pit strategy as well.
Well, Matt Brooks has got the DRS on Swanee actually.
Swanee goes defensive.
This. He isn't using the ERS though, so...
Swanee's trying to break the toe.
As, Mark actually gets past Ted, and so does Peter. Ted
Ted's having issues. Yeah.
He's just cut the whole of that corner. He's having issues with his wing damage.
So he drops out of the points now. Yes, he does.
Yeah. Blaming Hobo on those hards.
Peter. Peter's on a mark here for P9. And the Red Bull flies past the racing point and up to P9.
Matt Brooks still on the back of Swanee, 5 temps in it. Have to wait for well, I don't think he'll get anything done on the next little DRS straight, but maybe on the main straight. As Blink's actually on the back of Harley here, 2 temps. Was looking down the inside, but backs out.
Backwards, he's got between 8.7 seconds between him and Hasbo. That's him in the lead off penalties alone.
Matt Brooks breaks very late, and then he makes contact to Swanee there.
Yes,
Blink
Swanee
actually gets past Harley on the little straight there, but in sector 2, you don't
usually see a move there. Matt Brooks,
there, yeah.
3-second time penalty. Puts himself up to 12. The same level as
Swanee
Bradley.
shouldn't really race this. He knows that the penalties are there. Although he needs, within 9 seconds of Hasbo, still got a lot of time to make, to be fair. So
There goes Matt Brooks around the outside of the Haas. Leaves him space, tries to squeeze him as well at the same time, and then Mercedes to P3 now.
Very close there. That could have gone a lot different there.
Accuracy's in a position to win this Grand Prix, and I think that's how it's gonna pan out.
Yeah, I think the penalty's just catching Hasbro off guard. That 5-second time penalty in the pits would not have helped him at all. Which is interesting then, because Alpha can still come back and fight the next few races and try and get the P1 in Drivers' Championship. But I think, looking at the way Hasbro's performing, it's still in favour of Hasbro.
Oh, speeding pit line for Ted as he drops into the pits again.
Pits again, yeah. He was doing really well. I think he just got caught up and now all the mistakes are hitting him. He was doing very well, racing Finn and Tenek at the top, and both Finn and Ted making mistakes. As if we look at penalties, Peter has 24 seconds in 9th, so Insane Power L Davies could pick up some points here. Penalties are going to play. There's so many penalties, man. Like, this is, yeah,
nuts.
Harley
is the only one that has not got an A penalty. This is a race that, well, it's not an A.
Harley could jump up to P5 on the penalties. Trying to do some maths real quick. 5, 6, 10. Yeah, I think he's just in position to jump up to 5th, which I'm sure he'd be happy with after qualifying P16, 15.
Yeah,
I don't know.
around there.
But still, I think Matt Brooks having a very good race so far. Just the penalties, once again, I think a lot of people are struggling with the track limits here, which is quite surprising because I didn't think it would be like that. But yeah, Blink on the back of Tenek, both on the soft, so it'll be down to pace, only a lap difference in the age of those tyres. I'm sure it won't be an easy overtake for Blink either.
Hasn't been easy for anyone to overtake that McLaren.
We wait for the main straight, which is the smart idea. And he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties as well, so if he can get past Tenek and do his best to get off the field, could jump Bradley as well. As Swanee's still on the back of Matt Brooks. And Blink gets a very good exit.
Oh, here he comes.
On the DRS.
Ferrari.
And
DRS.
Tenek using his as well.
Goes a little defensive. Ooh. Late move there from the McLaren. I don't know about that one. But up the inside goes the Ferrari. And into piece. Oh, not yet. As Tenek's going to fight it and makes contact and spins himself around. Oh, yeah. It's no one's fault but Tenek's. Fleming Hubba's out of the session. He pause retires in the pits for Williams.
Yeah, he got unlucky. Was at the top fighting earlier on, and I think just got caught out with an incident and wing damage. And obviously on that one stop, it isn't the quickest strategy. The medium hard or the soft hard, I can't remember which one he did, is all about the consistency and just going as long as you can consistently every lap to keep towards the top.
Accuracy now actually closing the gap here on Hasbro. It does not need to overtake to win the race, but I think he wants to do it on track.
So yellow flag to the Williams, just coming out the pits for a little ride down the pit straight. Yeah, Harley on the back of Tenek.
Didn't look like he was ghosted. That scared me. Yeesh.
Yeesh. You have to watch the quali back. I can't remember what you said when you said the time trial.
Whatever,
You
man.
definitely didn't say a number. Like Roadman's.
I spoke American there for a second.
Not the Americans.
Back now, 4.4 seconds behind this Renault of Hasbro. He's gonna get the spot on track. Definitely.
Just trying to figure out what will happen with penalties. I mean, Peter has a lot of penalties, so 24 seconds. He's going to be close to disqualification, I think. Same with Ted. 2 laps left to go as Hasbro crosses the line and Boosie on the back of him. I think Boosie's going to try and fight for this on track.
No,
There's a yellow flag. That's an
Tenek's round again. Probably made contact with someone.
maybe him and Harley might have gone for a move or something, but yeah, he's down to P10. And
I think Packers' tires are going to start to drop off here now on the softs. 6 lap difference. I don't think they're going to fall off that much, but they're going to fall off.
I don't think he's going to drop 4 seconds, but
No, definitely not.
Hasbro's
We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Hasbro's tyres won't be in the nicest position either, so I don't think he'll get it on track, but yeah, I think he'll get Peter on track, and obviously the penalties will help him out there. A little past jail free card as Mark is actually on the back of Peter now, on the main straight,
Spin
in the DRS.
for Ferrari. It's Blake. He's spun it on the curb. Blake has spun it on the soft tires. He's got to get back going, but Harley's going to gain a lot of time here on the Ferrari, as Mark has gotten past Peter for P8.
That's interesting because Blink would have got the move done on Swanee with penalties as well. So if he went for a big move on Bradley for no reason, maybe missing out there, not playing.
As Chris AI has gotten past Lauren. Actually,
Lauren.
they're both pretty neck and neck here. Best battle I've seen on track today.
They're just different gravy, these guys. They're
actually, back Lucy, I think I had a terrible lap.
inside
He's
of each
actually
other.
starting to close back in here on Hasbro.
Who has the fastest lap? Detail. Can't see it. But yeah, let's have a look at position changes actually. That's a good one. We have Blink's up 7 positions. Would have been 8 if, without the spin, I believe. Harley is up 8 as well. Harley's having a very good race. Lee Davies up 8 as well. Bearing in mind he did, we believe, make contact
Hasbro,
with,
another 3-second time
spin.
penalty for the Renault.
Oh, no.
That's not going to help him. He already now has how many now?
14 seconds.
Yeesh. Look at leader gap.
It's interesting. If Swanee puts his foot down the next 2 laps and uses some rocket pace, he should be all right. But Peter's on the back of Mark now on those soft tyres. Goes very wide up the exit of the turn 3 there. I think that's turn 3. Could be turn 2. One or the other.
Turn 3, probably.
On the back of him with the DRS. I think Mark's done very well to get P8, bearing in mind the wing damage he got straight away and the spin at turn 1. And then you look at his penalties, actually he might not get P8. I'm trying to figure out where people are getting all their penalties because I don't see...
Track limits turn 1, track limits are 1, 2, and 3, track limits to 5, track limits at the S's.
And normally after 1, like when I pick up a 1 and I just analyse how I took that corner and I just take it easier every time, as Ted's actually into the pits again. Might
pause for tire.
The fastest lap.
It's the last lap of the race now.
Late to actually go. Yeah.
Hasbro has gave it all he's had, but still with those penalties isn't going to win the Grand Prix today.
Yeah, maybe not enough practice for the track limits. He's actually got a fuel light on, so he might run out of fuel here.
As coming through the same section, the flares light up in Mexico. That's a great sight to see. As here comes Hasbro through the last sector now. Will cross the line in first, but behind him, the Alfa Romeo of Pac Busti is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix. It's 2 in a row for the Alfa Romeo.
Very nice lap from Boosie, and Matt Brooks will be next to cross the line, but I think we'll just miss out. We'll just miss out on the podium spot because Swanee has only 3 seconds left of time penalties. So Matt crosses 3rd, but Swanee takes the last podium position, and Bradley crosses to go. He hasn't crossed yet. That's a penalty flag, not a finishing flag. But Matt Brooks getting P4, which is pretty good from Matt there. I think that might be his best finish so far this season. Very nice try from him, and Bradley crosses the line to take P5. Blink, who was just behind Bradley, but will miss out by 0.5 of a second, jumping up to that P5 position. That spin, losing P5. Harley crosses the line.
Oh, couldn't
and
jump.
Doesn't
Even with no
jump up, and
penalties.
Mark,
Peter down to P10.
It's P9.
His Tenek did catch up, and I think that's going to be insane power up to. It's going to knock Peter out of the points. Yes, he does. 2 McLarens into the points. Last across the line will be Lee Davies with an adventurous strategy here today. We'll cross into P11 and take Peter's spot, but
Just misses out on a point. if that spin didn't happen, maybe would have secured a point. I'm going to make sure I quickly do something. Make the party invite only, so we only get people we invite for interviews, otherwise we'll be here all night. But wow, well, that was an interesting race for sure.
Absolutely.
It's kind of hard to commentate because there were so many different strategies, which made it very interesting. Quali was good as well to see Hasbro and Swanee both get through on the mediums as well. But yeah, Boosie, very solid performance, just not getting those penalties and securing the win. So a very nice drive from Boosie to get P1 today. So that's 2 in a row.
So how many points is that going to give Hasbro there for the championship?
18, right? I don't know who got fastest lap, to be fair. Let me put it
I think it was Peter who got the fastest lap, but he dropped out of the points.
So 18 points.
So that's
49, so that's a 33-point gap, I believe. I might be completely wrong, and I think I am. 43, possibly. Yeah, 43-point gap.
Alpha David could still close the gap, actually. Anything
can happen in the last 2 races of the season, but yeah, Boosie getting P1, has P2, Swanee with a nice drive, getting P3, Brooks P4, Bradley P5, Blink got the fastest lap and gets P6. That spin lost him P5, which is very unlucky, but still P6, walking away with some points for Ferrari. Harley in a race for Tier 2 had a nice race down in P7, was some good racing from Harley. Mark, bearing in mind he did get spun out, and the wing damage at the start, secured P8. Tanek, after a few incidents, got P9, Insane Power P10, and Peter just missing out on Peter Davies just missing out on P10 after his contact. Peter P12, Finn 13th after it looked like a very good quali. Fusion Gamer 14th, Taishu 15th, Ted 16th, Chris 17th, Lord 18th, and Flaming Hobo and Xbox 7up retiring. But yeah, I think Finn and Ted we definitely expected a bit more out of, but those collisions messing up their race. But either way, that's quite entertaining. Do you have a driver of the day? Because I can't really think of one besides...
I can't think of one.
Besides Boosie, I think Boosie probably deserves it. Or Harley, who didn't get any penalties and from down the bottom comes up to PA7 or whatever it was. Yeah. I reckon Harley or Boosie. I think Boosie, very solid performance in quali and the race. So I don't know, it's up to you to decide.
I think we should give it to Beck Boosie. Great race today.
Yeah. I'll agree with you there. We'll invite some people for interviews. We won't do many. We'll do Boosie. We'll do Hasbro. Where's Hasbro?
Just the top 5, I think.
Yeah, we'll do the top 5, and we can. Yeah, Hasbro. We'll get Swanee. Matt Brooks. Has he left the lobby?
Nope,
no, he's still there. Matt Brooks. Who else do you wanna grab?
Do you get all the top 5?
Wanna grab Harley? Who was 5th? Bradley?
Yes.
We'll get Bradley and we'll get Blink, and yeah, we'll just do those 6. If we get Bradley and Blink, we can talk to Blink about his spin. I think 6 interviews should do it. So we'll invite all of those. And do you want to do the first interview then, Edog?
Sure, I could do the first interview.
Yeah. I thought you ignored me then, I was about to say.
We'll talk to our race winner, Pac Boosie. Are you including audio?
Yes. Sorry, yes.
A good qualifying performance from you today. Good race performance as well. Just walk us through how your race went today.
Pretty happy with it. Yeah, decided to go when it got to the mediums. I decided to go a bit longer than I wanted to, but that ended up paying off. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the race overall.
Brilliant. Next race on the
just a minute silence before you said that.
Next race on the calendar after an off week will be the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos. What do you think about Brazil?
I think it's quite a good track. A lot of technical parts, and then you just got like faster parts. So yeah, it's very good all-round track, I would say.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second win
Cheers.
in a row. Good luck to you in Brazil.
Yeah, cheers.
And congrats on driver of the day as well.
Cheers.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll do the next one. We'll go down to the mighty Hasbo, if you're including your audio.
Yes, included.
So, an interesting one. Got through Q1 with the one lap. Got through Q2 on the mediums, and then very nice lap in Q3 to take pole. And then just a few penalties getting caught up in the race, but crossed the line P1 and just secured the P2 on penalties. Just run us through how your quali and your race went today.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting anything massive today out of qualifying. Don't like the track, never have done. But yeah, that Q3 went out on a fresh set at the end, and put in a fairly quick lap. And I was just a bit shocked to see I was pole. So yeah, I was quite happy then. And then the race went for the one stopper because obviously starting on the mediums, and I just don't get on with this track at all. I always end up running wide at the top section as it turn 5, 6, and 7. I hate that bit up there. So I think 95% of my penalties came from them 3 corners up there. And then I was annoyed with myself when I sped into the pit lane. So if I hadn't got those, then it would have been a win, got the win on track. But obviously, penalties put me down to second. But I can't wait for Brazil next week when we've got a nice track with nice track limits.
Obviously, Brazil, I think, is the track where you can win the Drivers' Championship. You've currently got I don't know, my maths might be really bad here, but I'm pretty sure it's a 43-point gap to Callum. So I reckon, based on where you finish next week, and if Callum does turn up and where he finishes, you could take the championship there, which will be nice to see after joining, I think, the 6th race of the season was your first appearance down in Spain. But nice race today. Unlucky on the penalties. Obviously, you said you're looking forward to Brazil, so hopefully, do you think you can take a win at Brazil?
Brazil's quite a strong track. It's one of those historic tracks again. It's been on the game ever since it came out in like the early 2000s. So yeah, plenty of experience on the track. It'd be nice to get the championship wrapped up in Brazil as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. I did calculate it earlier, but then I missed off the points for fastest lap that you could get. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the gap is and how many points are on offer and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully we'll get it next week.
Cool. Well, congrats on P2. Unlucky with the penalties, and we'll see you next week in Brazil.
Cheers.
And Evan, I'll let you do the next one. A little bit of a crisscross.
All right. We'll go to our 3rd place finisher, which is Swanee. Swanee, good audio.
Yeah.
Actually, a pretty strong qualifying effort from you and a pretty strong race. Just run us through how you thought your race went today.
It was alright. Qualifying, I was a bit annoyed when Hasbro only just pipped me on the mediums, and I didn't think it was good enough, so I went out for another lap, and my tyres, which kind of resulted in my tyres being too old at the start of the race, so kind of Boosie and Hasbro pulled away from me, and then from there I was just kind of fighting Matt for 3rd, I'm guessing, but because of the penalties, he definitely was quicker me around the track, I'd say, but penalties I kept it a bit cleaner than I thought I would.
Awesome. Well, Brazil is next on the calendar. What are your thoughts of Interlagos?
I'm not a great fan of it compared to most people, I'm guessing. I don't really drive it too much and struggle kind of most of the corners, to be honest. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, good job on P3 and good luck in Interlagos.
Thank you.
Cool. And then we'll go to Matt Brooks next. If you want to make sure you're including your audio in the party. So, across the line, P3, got P4 based on penalties. Was still a nice race from you. Had a decent qualifying session, and then some good racing during the race. Just run us through your race and the penalties you picked up.
Yeah, I think I might have been able to get 3rd on the qualifying, but literally the last corner, I just clipped the wall and it invalidated.
I think we caught that on the stream, yeah.
And then in terms of the race, I think it's turn 5, really tight turn. It's just I literally barely go over the lot apex, and it's 3 seconds off penalty. I think if I didn't have that, I'd claim the 3rd, but oh well, we move.
Still a very nice race. I mean, P4 being your best finish of the season so far out of the 3 races. So you got to be happy with that. And it's, I think it's a good way to end the season going into the next season. But yeah, you got Brazil next. You a fan of Brazil?
It's a hit or miss, to be honest. Sometimes I can have a good one on it, sometimes I can have a stinker.
Do you like the rain? Because I reckon we haven't had a wet race in a long time in Tier 2. I think we've still got one coming, and I reckon Brazil could be a wet race.
When I play on ranked or anything like that, I'm pretty solid on wet, but I wouldn't have a clue how to perform in the league race.
It could source it up. I reckon if Brazil's wet, that could be a very entertaining race for the championship and just for fighting overall.
Midfield in Brazil is going to be quite
Hectic.
tight anyway, and it's quite a
Yeah.
narrow track, so I think that is where there's going to be quite a few DNFs.
If it comes wet, it will be an interesting race for sure. Even in the dry, it'll still be a good race. But yeah, congrats on P4 today, and we'll see you in Brazil next week.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
And EWS will go Bradley and Blink together for this last little part of the interview. So if you both want to make sure you're including your audio.
I'm here.
Is Blink it? Can Blink's it? So I don't know if you're including or not. I don't have the stream open. We'll just go with it and hope for the flow. But Bradley getting P5, Blink P6. Both, I think you were fighting the whole race. Blink had some wing damage, was all over the back of Bradley, and then changed his strategy. And I don't know if you spun because of Bradley at the end of the race. But yeah, well I guess we'll go Bradley first. Just run us through how your quali and your race went.
Q1 was a bit of a disaster. I thought I was going to get put out. I don't know if you noticed in the stream, I kind of got held up by somebody who I later found out was going into the pits. So it was a bit
We
frustrating.
got the whole thing on stream, mate.
Yeah.
The whole lap.
So I mean, I'm not going to make a big deal of it because I made it through. But no, it kind of worked out. Tyler getting the good penalty and me starting P10 and starting in the mediums. And I knew as soon as I was starting in the mediums, I was going to do a one stop. And I think it was the first lap. I think somebody hit me. I can't remember. I recorded it, but again, I'm probably not going to make much of a deal of it, big deal of it, because I kind of performed quite poorly. I mean, I think every 2 minutes I had a 3-second time penalty popping up, so I was like, oh. But no, I was surprised to get P5, but I'm happy. I'm actually happy this time compared to Japan.
It was still a very
Yeah.
decent performance. But yeah, obviously quali was very close. I think there was about half a tenth between you and getting knocked out in Q1, and then yeah, obviously the penalties helping you to 10th. You and Blink had some good racing throughout the lap as well, or throughout the whole race even. We'll jump to Blink next, and just yeah, Blink, how'd your quali, your race go, and talk to us about your spin.
I like spin. It was my quali was alright. I mean, me and Finn were in a party. We were talking. We said that I would qualify P11, which ended up not happening due to people actually setting laps, and Finn would improve because he looked quite strong in both Q1 and Q2. So we were going to try and do that strategy, which didn't end up working because I got damage on lap 1. Not sure who hit me with this, so I'll have a look at that. But I didn't feel like the damage really affected how I was driving throughout the first stint of my race. And yeah, me and Bradley had quite some good racing. He was really good at defending, so I give him that. But my spin was just a driver error. I put a bit too much acceleration. I'm trying out no traction control, so yeah. I just had a bit of a spin out of the first sector and managed to keep P6, so yeah. It was a good race overall from me.
P6 is still very good.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? 5 tenths away from P5, so
Yeah.
just missed out because of the spin, but still very decent. You and Finn fighting for, I think it's for 5th or 6th, fighting for 6th in the championship.
Sixth, yeah.
You and Bradley are actually both 2 points. So what is it after today? What's the difference between 5th and 6th? I think it's 2 points, isn't it? I think you both are on 82.
Yeah.
No. Lads,
We're
what's
very
going
close.
on,
We're
bro?
very
Maths.
close. We're very close.
You've got the same exact points. Yeah, we'll call that. So both of you, Brazil. Are you both fans of Brazil? We'll go Bradley first.
I've not really raced it that much. A couple of times on unranked. Obviously, it's going to be a different ball game on this. I'm probably going to put a lot more practice though into it because I didn't really practice much for this one. Not that it's an excuse, a little bit of an excuse, but no, I'll probably practice a lot more. And if you mentioned before, maybe a wet race might pop up, so I might practice on the wets as well, and just in case something like that happens. I'm looking forward to it.
And then, cool. And then we'll go to Blink.
Brazil is probably one of my favourite tracks on the game, so I'm really looking forward to racing there. I feel quite strong on the track, but I've said that in the past and I've just cursed myself, so I'm just not going to say anything apart from I like the track. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. Well, the fight for P5 in the Drivers' Championship is still a go. I've only just realised how close P5 really is, so
Yeah.
it'll be good to see you guys fighting for that in Brazil and Abu Dhabi. But yeah, nice race today, guys, and we'll see you next week. Well, not next week, the week after next week for Brazil.
Be the best man in Blinks.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was a nice race, Evan. I think that it could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Yes.
And I think it was still very entertaining. And I think if some rain came at the end, that could have spiced it up as well. But either way, a nice race for Mexico. That's Boosie taking driver of the day. I don't know if you have anything else to say about today.
Nope, I don't.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time in Tier 2 for Brazil, where Hasbo will try and claim the Drivers' Championship. Thank you for watching, and we'll see